What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. I am not sure what the title of this one's going to be called yet. Honestly, just collecting clips. Transmission is not back yet, or turbo, but I do have the radiator that we said we were going to upgrade to. Little backstory here. Just going to show you really quick. This is a eBay, just a regular aluminum radiator, and obviously it's kind of like an OEM replacement, just aluminum. But guys, this is my thumb. That's how thick it is. So this just wasn't cutting the job. So went ahead and got one of these. I reached out to I think it's C Money on Instagram. He's got a black GS that he's built, or he's almost done building. And I asked him about radiator options, and he said that he went with this eBay one. He ordered a 3-row, and they didn't have it in stock, and they just ended up sending him a 4-row. So I was like, man, I didn't even know they make a 4-row. Whatever, bigger is better. That's the mentality. So I went ahead and ordered one. Guys, look how big this is. Same thing, my thumb. This is where it ends. It's literally the double of what was on there. That's how big it is. Now, you guys know the GS is a small, or it has a small chassis for the engine compartment. It's not anywhere near like the Supra. So anybody wanting to do this, I will disclose, you have to modify it. It's not going to be a direct fit. I noticed I probably spent like a good 3 hours just modifying. Here, I'll show you guys. So the actual radiator support in the bottom, if you can see here, I had to make a kind of like cut in here because the radiator is so thick that it just doesn't fit here behind the mount. So it actually goes a little further in. I want to say like another good ½ inch. So you have to get rid of all of this. I actually started here first, thinking that these were only the mounting points, but after it goes in, it kind of keeps going down. And once it was in, I noticed it set like a little higher, like a little taller, and I'm like, man, that just doesn't look right. So I went ahead and grind these down a little bit, the stock rubber bushings, to kind of give it like another maybe ½ inch to go down. So that worked. But I will say, guys, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and if you're not like very careful, obviously even the condenser has has Freon and everything. I was with a grinder. I did it at nighttime, so I didn't record it, but you guys get the idea. But either way, if you guys are planning to do this, extremely careful, very soft hand. I don't know what to tell you. If you can, just get the 3-row. If you want to go extra, get the 4-row. Anyway, let me put it on and show you guys how it looks. Okay, so here it is mounted on. Obviously it doesn't have the tie downs yet. I still have to get this 20N welded for our hose. I actually thought we're gonna have to extend it, but from what it looks like, it's pretty much almost there, man. Once you take out the cap and you make up the little gap difference for the 20N, it looks like it's gonna sit right about flush. Remember, I can't go right too back because the throttle body's there, and I like to get that straight line how I had it before. It's right about there, so that's the plus. So yeah, here, look at it from the front. You guys can see it's actually I'm gonna say maybe like a hair shorter than what the other one used to be. So clearance wise on the hood, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna close. Let me show you guys under here. Here, under the car, obviously the car is lifted. Here is the rail that we had to cut in here, and here you can see the mounts. I actually reduced them a lot, so that's how much lower the radiator sits. But yeah, you can see how thick it is. It actually goes all the way back here. That's where we had to get rid of this subframe here. I'm not sure if it was me. I asked C Money, the gentleman that actually recommended me this radiator, on Instagram, and he said he just put on his, and I was looking at his pictures. His is a little higher, but this is, I'm kind of OCD, so this sits fine with me. The pipe here, the clearance is almost exact, so I don't have to modify that, thank God. Another thing, guys, this has a stock transmission cooler, and these automatic trannies, especially the built ones, their def or weak point is heat. So I actually spoke to ATF, and they actually prefer water or what I say, a coolant water, cooling, other than the external. So I actually can run both of them now. I know I said that in the previous video, I think. So we're gonna I'm not sure which one of the transmission is the feed or return, but we're gonna do the feed. Probably you know, make this line, instead of going to that external cooler, go in here on this side and then let it return from here, and then from here return to the cooler, and then to the external cooler, and then from the external cooler back to the transmission. I just got to figure out which line is which. But yeah, I think that way it's actually a win-win. More cooling for the car and more cooling for the tranny, so can't go wrong with that. So yeah, let me get back onto the top so we could figure out the fan situation. All right, so here's the fan setup. By the way, I confirmed, I was confusing myself because on the Supra I actually have my fans on the Supra are induction performance, so they're 11-inch spal fans, and the design is different. It's a 6 blade with like a curved blade. So I actually went on the spal website and found out that these are 12-inch with the PHR fan shroud, and that's what it is. This is actually the PHR Supra fan kit. So before anybody you know, bashes on me or tries to say something wise, the Supra radiator does not fit the GS. You have to mount the mounting points in the bottom here and here are actually like wider. They're probably like 2 inches apart, so you have to modify it there. So that was one. That would have been close to 500 bucks, I would have said. And it's about a 3-row, I want to say. And I know Powerhouse just came out with a radiator for the GS, and it's actually about a 3-row again. Doesn't have a tranny cooler, and I'll be stuck with modifying the fan shroud because the points on the mounting points on the actual fan shroud, which I said they said themselves, I spoke to Sam, they're developing a fan shroud for the GS, which good. I'm glad they are, man. You know, a lot of guys are getting to the GS. It's probably the cheapest platform you can afford now for 2J related, so props to them for you know, for developing the market. But either way, you can see here, this is the only one that lines up, and you're still short. So we're gonna have to raise this up a little bit. Probably put some type of a spacer in there or something to get this one to go. And I still have to move it maybe like a little bit over here because I want it sitting as flush as possible on both sides. So the actual shroud fits, but the mounting points don't fit. Here you can see it's completely off. So it's either I drill these out and move out the rivets and move it over here where this where this threaded hole is, and then maybe take out this ear, have it welded on there so it can fill up that gap. And same thing here, this one's actually hitting the water neck and it's not what causing it to move over. So this needs to be drilled out and moved over here maybe, so I could utilize this, which I think that's what I'm gonna do. It's probably maybe this much space is gonna be right on top of the fan here. I know ideally you want it on the corners, but I think that should be fine. And then this one over here, I don't know. It's all the way over here. Might have to just weld something else completely on here. So either way, I have to take this to my welder guy to weld the 20N here. This is what I'm gonna be working on today. Just cutting these off, smoothing them as best as possible, moving them, marking them so I can have them welded on, and hopefully that works out. Yes, and I will try to get rid of this because I hate this. I don't know why they do this. I guess it's just for like a stock mounting point, maybe the airbox or something, but that's useless. It's just there for no reason. I will paint the radiator black, so you know, obviously it's not a big deal if it gets scratched. So yeah, kind of like a long intro. The tranny's not back, turbo's not back, or new turbo's not here, which I still haven't released it. I will surprise you guys when it gets here. But yeah, I thought this was kind of important, especially for the GS guys, because I will get asked later on, what did I do with the radiator, what option? But this is it. And before I put it on there, I'll put it on once it's, you know, it's all bolted down. If you notice, I had to take off the PHR condenser cap, AC cap. Not only it was in rough shape, this thing, I mean, the Supra's been on there twice, but this thing is like, man, it looks like it's been to World War III. I'm not gonna even lie, it looks like white already. It's not even that it's dirty, it's just like I don't know what kind of like coating or whatever PHR used on that one, but it just completely sucks. Either way, that cover gives it like a ½ inch to pop out of the actual compressor, so it was not clearing the fan. It was actually rubbing back here. So so I touched it. I'm not touched it, I'm sorry. I got rid of it, I took it off, and now here you probably have, I want to say, very little clearance, but I think it should be fine. It's going to be extremely close, but remember, the motor doesn't rock back and forth, it rocks side to side if there's any movement. Remember, you have the transmission mounted on and it's mounted onto the chassis, so there's not going to be no back and forth movement. It should be fine. Either way, It's an overkill radiator. I hope it keeps the temps down on this car because, like I said, I wasn't too happy with it being up there in 200. And yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys before I continue and put it back together and kind of just miss out on the content with you guys. So I missed almost the most important point. Check this out. This is the tie downs for the GS. Obviously, if you guys see on the GS, there's a stud on the chassis, and it just goes with a nut design over it. It's not like a 10mm, it's a 12mm, and it just goes on there and it just kind of sits. On this radiator, if you see, Houston, we got a problem. Even all the way back, it doesn't clear. So one of the perks of having a Supra and a GS, you can mix and match parts, or at least try them out. This is a Supra radiator tie down, stock. Obviously the rubber's out because I use it on mine. If you see them side by side, the Supra one is actually a little longer, maybe with like a bigger little groove, but you could alter that. So here, this is what I'm gonna do. Doesn't fit here, obviously. You got to drill a hole a little bigger, no big deal. But if you see here, it actually clears it almost exact for what we need. So I think with the rubber and it going down, it should clear perfectly fine. So yeah, just throwing it out there because I know if somebody gets a radiator, they're gonna run into that problem. Supra tie downs should work. I'm gonna go ahead and order the aftermarket ones from PHR just to make it just nice and complete the package. I remember asking Sam about it. He goes, they are different. I didn't know. I just, you know, to the eye, they actually look pretty much the same. So yeah, just a little hint out there for you guys, so you guys get the complete package and don't run into any surprises. All right, so simple. Don't want to bore you guys. The first one I'm going to try to line up is this one down here. If you can see here, it's almost flush here, but it's got like a little gap here, so it needs to move over there, maybe half an inch, a little hair. Over here is not letting it pass or not letting it move over, so the first thing we'll do is going to drill out these rivets over here and let that clear the room, and then we'll make sure this fits fine. And then we'll work our way around and make sure everything else is squared away. All right, guys. So you can see I got rid of, or I didn't get rid of. I drilled out this bracket over here. Obviously, it's not powder coated in the bottom, so I guess when everything gets back together, I'm gonna have to get it powder coated. No big deal. Take it to my boys where I got powder, and they will fix this right up and look good as new. So yeah. So this is what I was telling you. This one's over here was actually hitting the water neck over here, and you see this is where the factory mounting point is, so even if we wanted to get it there, it's impossible. We'll have to look weird out here, so this needs to come off and be moved somewhere. This one over here looks like it's actually the perfect height already, so I might just leave it there, to be honest. That actually looks like it's a good height. Maybe just do the new mounting points here. It's two down here. You can see, I'm gonna lift this up here. The gap is fine. Sorry, I'm working with one hand here and GoPro on the other. All right, so yeah, that's the gap is here. It's gonna have that little gap, so it's obviously gonna sit in here. But yeah, this looks like it's the way to go. So this one's probably gonna be here. If we see this one down here, I want to say it's very close, so I might have to maybe just run a drill bit through here, or maybe I'm just going to screw it down and put a screw there now just so I could have a reference and have a point for everything else. So yeah, this one looks like it's fine. This one looks like it's going to be fine. It just needs to be re-drilled and riveted on here. This one, yeah, this one needs just a whole new welding spot, so this needs to come off. Take this off, put it back here. It looks like it's in a good height. So that's one of those things we have to weld on there. And then down here, this is probably the most complicated one, but it looks maybe just right here. Maybe just leave that one. Don't mess with that since it's right in there, right in the tank. Just put it here somewhere. Maybe even use this one here in the corner. And just put it down here. Catching a small little break here. Been grinding away. Here you can see one of the tabs has been removed. Here's the other, and here's the top one here. I've been smoothing it out. I cut this one off too, but I don't think I'm gonna go too deep on that one. Maybe just smooth it out a little bit next to the one next to it. But this one is the one I gotta keep working on. Three little tabs here. All right, what's up? Welcome back. I know I left this off a little just a little blank there, but it's because I made a huge mistake. So remember this little nipple that I had here? I didn't record it. I should have taken a picture at least before. As I grinded it down to make it smooth as possible, I actually wanted it, you know, very flush. There was just like a little round circle here, and it was a cap that actually exposes the inside of the radiator. So I don't know why this manufacturer would just randomly open a cap here and then weld that little one of these on top. So just picked this up. It's actually Sunday night. Tomorrow's work or whatever, so I kind of got this back. I'm excited. I want to put it all back together, make sure everything fits. Shout out to Adrian, APF Fab, down here in South Florida. Actually Sunday I just picked up the parts from him. Like I said, he finished it 6 o'clock in the afternoon. So here, check it out. He actually welded on the 20N bun. This one was already here. This one got re-welded here. Remember, these got moved from the corners over here. This one down here, and then this one we had to stack another one on top of it. So if you see, it's off a little bit to the side, but it should be fine. I haven't tried out the strut on top. I'm gonna do that now. I was just excited to get home, and even though it's late, I'm gonna try it on to make sure everything's fine. It's, what is it, Sunday, tomorrow's work, and then we're actually getting ready to leave with Kevin, Danny, and Daniel to World Cup finals. I won last year. I'm gonna go this year again. So I'll be out there for this week. Super excited for that. So that's why I want to get this done before I get out. I know I'm like very short on time. So shout out to them. Took this thing out today, man. I needed some boost before I left. So just throwing it out there. I have it with the hood open, still cooling off. Oh, this is the other thing here. So you guys saw on the GS, my steering rack bushing and the actual boot got melted off. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I eyeballed this and kind of just, you know, made a line on it, hoping that the 45 would angle it a little bit, you know, higher, so we could get this pipe. I mean, it was not the same size. It kind of looks like a little moped exhaust, but we'll get it either painted black or Cerakoted again. So hopefully I'm gonna try it on there, see we got the right angle. Again, we eyeballed it, so I'm not gonna hold him to it. I asked him to do it this way. So this one up here, this is obviously pretty perfect. This is the one that we had to move the bracket from this side over here because it was hitting the neck over here. So this one we still have to drill out the fan shroud and just kind of position it wherever we want. So that's pretty perfect. This one down here, if you can see, it's slightly in the corner. I'm gonna take it out and kind of pass a drill bit through here. Maybe just give it a little bit of wiggle room on the top here in the corner. And this one, same thing here, just a little bit on the top. Here it is, done. I'm actually pretty happy, man. Here, this is bolted down here. Remember what I said in the corner? Just had to kind of give it a little clearance there. Same thing with this one, corner here. And this one, the bracket is tied down. Just gotta lift it up a little bit. Just gotta make drill marks here for the new rivets, and 1, 2, and then there's 3 on the top, and that's it. Once it's all marked down, we'll get it ready to go. Then I'll strip everything out and then have it powder coated. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the car now. It's a little dark, but I'm dying to see this thing. It lines up perfect because it was kind of like a tight fit too, so that's the next thing. Stand by. So almost perfect. Sorry, I have horrible lighting back here. Here, let me show you guys. Got one hand and my phone on the other with the light. So radiator's gonna sit on here. It's the clearance for the throttle body wheel and the 20N pipe or fitting in this case. Down there you can see the AC compressor on the fan, the clearance. Try to get a better angle here. Get the camera. So yeah, that's say about maybe ½ inch, quarter inch. So I think it should be more than enough. Remember, I have to take the PHR cover off. All right, now on for the bad news. It looks like I have a clearance issue with that intercooler pipe down there on the corner of the fan. So I don't know if I should do the cheap way out of it and maybe take that pipe off and give it like a little bent there in the corner. Maybe like a piece of 2x4, just kind of dent that in just a little bit just to get that clearance that I need, and needs to travel a little down there. So I guess the extra room of the shroud, I didn't compensate for that, and it's kind of forcing it. It's definitely touching. It's not even a tight fit. It's just doesn't let the end quarter, I mean the radiator go all the way down. So might need to do that. Another little bad news for tonight. Dump tube, we almost got it, but I think the 45, we should have cut it a little bit higher. So this is, see the wastegate's over there, tube is there. It's almost sitting flush on the wastegate, but it's touching back here, and it could be a tad little bit longer. Maybe just something to clear out this bar down here. Maybe just, I mean, length, if it fit, it was perfect, but we're still not angled completely, man. I wish it would have just kind of landed just like that, away from the rack. But if we do that, then we're going to clear the wastegate. There's flush, but it's kind of touching, so might have to move this 45 a little bit to get more of that angle that we need and extend this pipe a little longer. Bummer on that one, but I'm not too worried about this. This is, you know, this is secondary. This is just one bolt, put it on. All right, guys, so we are done. Here's the little notch I did to the pipe. Well, not little, not too happy about it, but let's see if we can get a good angle here. If you can see, it's there. This pipe still, according to with the turbo, you know, whatever the angle that we give the elbow is, you know, it moves. Oh, so be that. Okay. So it either moves a little more in, more up or down, and that will give it that extra clearance that it needs. But regardless, if that's the case, maybe I'll just take that pipe off and have my fab guy just make like a better notch on it, more professional. But as of now, it's all the way down. Hose is on, this side is on. You can see it's nice and flush. Let's see here. Fans clear, very tight, but they clear. So I'm gonna close this one out, guys. I don't want to make it, you know, obviously too long. Obviously, when I come back from World Cup, we're gonna get this painted black. The straw is gonna get powder coated, and we're gonna fix that pipe. And probably by then the turbo will be here and the training will be done. So I don't want to keep it too boring, you know. It's too much stuff in one video, then it's just hard to keep up. So yeah, guys, we remember, I could probably say I wouldn't suggest a 4-row for the GS unless you desperately need it. I would probably stick with the 3-row, safe for bet. You don't have to modify so many things. So yeah, 3-row will probably be the way to go. I will link down the link below on the eBay link where I bought this 4-row on this video, just in case anybody wants to go that route. So yeah, you're welcome to try it yourself, and hopefully this video helps out anybody trying to do that. So guys, remember, if you like this content and any of the videos, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one, guys. Peace out, guys. Thanks for watching.